Hi, welcome back. I usually don't pre-read any of my journal entries before I start recording while I read them. But I just was scanning these next entries that I'm going to read, and something caught my eye. And I did read the whole thing before I hit record here, so just so that I would catch the cadence of it a little bit better. But in this episode, we're going to watch me as a young journal writer get a little bit closer to the truth about my feelings. Still a lot of circular rationalizing and skipping around the real issue, but it gets closer. So to me, it actually brought back memories, and it actually taught me something about right now, the here and now. Anyway, the title of this is Loneliness, and this is what caught my eye. I'm lonely. January 10th, 1981. I'm lonely. I'm lonely right now, but at the level where it has a direct effect on you. I say this not for right now as a temporary result of certain situations. My realization with this feeling is spawned by today, but I see it as something that has always been there. But now I am just getting the opportunity to see it. Better yet, this is the feeling I get as a result of how I am. Times like these are when the feelings come out. I am able to confront myself alone. I guess I should explain why. The way I must always be to get this feeling is something I know not about. Like I said, that part of it is the hidden side. The result I'm feeling now is born because I am alone, literally. Like I said yesterday, Joe and Dan got to go to New Jersey and the parents are with each other doing their own thing. I'm alone. This may all sound like I'm trying to overdo it because being alone is no big deal. That's why this is special. I'm alone with myself. All the time I spend doing nothing, and all the time I spend saying to myself that I'm strong and people are just specimens that I look down upon. I don't need them to cope with life is all piling on me now. That's what it is. I'm lonely now when it's no big deal because of the way I've been. I know it's not good to carry past burdens, but how else will I learn, and from what will I learn? Now for a little less idealistic stuff. Want to know how I feel? How would you feel if you knew that you were the child out of three that does the most to help out the lifestyle of the household? You did more household work, arranged with others, argued with others the least, were the most productive, got the best grades, didn't scarf all the food that everyone likes, etc. Now I know what this sounds like, so I'm not asking to be the favorite son. I'm talking in comparison with Joe and Dan. It's only the three of us. But what I expect is equal respect and fairness. That's why I'm bewildered and angry at Sue. My father understands, but he has the same trouble I do with Sue. Why did Joe and Dan get serviced way out of their range? 4, Sue went out of her way. They didn't do a damn thing to deserve it and won't be grateful for it afterwards. Now you can say, the reader of this, that this is only my opinion, but I'll tell you truthfully, what I'm saying is the truth. This is a combo of 2 years also. This is just another thing among the many of its kind. Many things like this I experience living here. I always keep my mouth shut, though, opposed to the other sons in the house that would demand equality if I had something nice done to me, like a ride into town. I'm going to be childish for a moment. It's not fair. It's not fair. Well, hell, it's not. I forgive, though. The more I can take of this maturely, the better off I'll benefit in the long run. More than just getting what the others get at the time. What I'll receive is, in the long run, is of more value than anything I still can't, is of more value than anything. I still can't help getting upset. I'm going to do something about this constant doing nothing. It seems hard finding friends. I can really call friends, though. My wish in life is to be with someone who is just like me. Think of what I could learn. Today I got my pictures and exchanged boots in the mail. I did the dishes and cleaned up. Looked in the barn with my father for some wood to make shelves. I made one, but it wasn't in the spirit of it, so it came out really shitty. It's falling down now. I did my homework and listened and shined and siliconed my new boots. I'm going to start reading my Bible, Cosmos. I've been attempting that for some time. I want to quit. I feel better now because I at least made a good entry. Keep in mind, I'm not lonely because Joe and Dan are gone. That's good for me. I'm lonely because I know that I could be doing. I know what I could be doing. The last thing I have in the world is a dependence on them. If I do, I'm going to make independence starting 3 months ago. Oh, well. Okay. A couple short entries. Let's finish this up. January 11th, 1980. Was a regular Sunday. Did my homework, drew a go-kart plan, baked a cake, went to town, but Barker's was closed, so it was a waste. I'm going to set a record, shortest entry yet, tomorrow. January 12th, 1980. I have a feeling I will set another record for the shortest entry ever. I'll try not to. I'm listening now to the tape we made when I was drunk back in entry 118. I'm really learning a lot, but am getting disgusted at the same time. Enough. Today was school. Afterwards, I thought I was going to go into town with Sue like she said we would, so I didn't really do anything in anticipation of doing something better. That's what I tend to do too much. I did a little homework, that's all. Had too many hot dogs for lunch. Laters. Let's do something fun. Let's pretend that 15-year-old Kent is sitting here with us right now, and we are therapists. And young Kent has come to us because he's feeling anxious. He's depressed. Okay, that would be pretty normal these days in 2023 for a mid-teen to not be feeling good, so the parents send him to therapists to figure out what's wrong with the kid, other than the fact that he's just a kid. But let's dive in, okay? And little Ken has talked to us about this entry that he wrote where he strives to be the good kid. He strives to be good, and he's conscious about striving to be good. And he feels that he's not respected or acknowledged or treated fairly in comparison to his stepbrothers who, in his estimation, are not as good as him and yet get equal treatment or better treatment, right? So that's good, yeah? That's a normal way to feel. What's interesting, though, as we psychoanalyze young Kent, is the way he rationalizes being treated like shit when he doesn't deserve to be treated like shit. He says that it's okay if I don't get some of the extra benefits or as good of benefits as his brothers. He gets something better in the long run. I guess maturity is what young Kent is saying. And, is that a massive cope? Or is that actually a a mature mechanism for dealing with an injustice or something that's just making him sad. I think a little of both. I think that if you, let's bring it home now to you, possibly the person watching. You're not watching this channel if you just want to be cheaply entertained with, crazy things. You're watching this channel because you've got the patience to read someone's journal because you find some nuggets of wisdom in there. So you probably are a person who strives to be good or has an awareness of what is good versus bad, and you try to choose good, whether it be in your personal life, choosing to eat well versus the junk food, do some exercise versus be lazy, be kind to someone versus be mean. And you do this kind of repeatedly because you like it for goodness sake, but then you're not rewarded for it. And so what do? Do you start turning to the dark side and say, well, I'm not going to be good anymore because I'm not getting rewarded for it? Well, that's a valid choice. Or do you say, you know what? This is going to make me doubly good knowing that I choose good even though I'm not rewarded for it. Reinforcing your understanding and belief that you are good for goodness sake. Thanks, young Kent, for coming in and sharing that with us.